Well, I've just come off the mobile phone with my wife, who is in Las Vegas right now, and she said she's in a place called Paradise Row, which means nothing to me. And I said, oh, we might be in Paradise Row, but look, I'm in paradise, because look where I am. Look. This is a cliff walk in Cornwall, near a little village called Portreath, where I'm staying right now. Portreath in Cornwall, absolutely stunning. I mean, I can't get over how beautiful this is. You know, there's a little beach over there which I've been at. Just unbelievable, really. And you can probably hear the sound of the gulls and ow. What you can't do is feel the prickles, so just walk through a gorse bush. Anyway, you can probably hear the sound of the gulls. Actually, I'm right in the middle of a fucking gorse. What did I come this way for? It's so stupid, there's a path over there. Anyway, I'm going to just brace myself and go through this gorse to get back to the path. Anyhow, yeah. So you can hear the sound of the gulls, you can probably hear the sound of the water. It's almost enjoyable, it's up here. Almost, not quite. Right, back on the path, thank God. See, that's where I should have been. A nice civic municipal path, not in there. Never mind. And I'm going to head back now. Anyway, I just thought I'd take a walk out, you know, because I've got the lad staying with me, my son's staying with me right now. And I thought they're going to love it down here, because, you know, where I'm staying is right on a little surfing beach. It's cold right now, of course, because it's the UK, but the surf is good, and there's a little shop there where you can hire the boards and the wetsuits and what have you. So I had to go to work for a couple of hours today, and I thought I'll get back and I'll probably find them on the beach. Did I fuck? They're hard to get out of bed when I got back, and since I got back, one of them admittedly has been doing a lot of work. He's doing graphic design at college, so he's doing his graphic design work, which is nice. God, look how steep this is, like, ooh, that's where I'm going down there. I may plummet. Anyway, one of them's doing his graphic design work, which is great. The other one is in this little tiny bedroom he's got, back at the place I'm staying, playing Call of Duty on the Xbox, which is exactly what he does at home. So, I don't know, at first I was really tempted to say, go on outside, it's a beautiful day. Look at the beaches just down there. I mean, it's literally like 50 yards from where my front door is. And one of them, the other lad, the guy who does graphic design, he did go and at least walked across the beach to go to the cafe at the far side and to go to the shop to get some glue for his project, which I was pleased by that. But the other one, I could not get him to shift. I think he's I don't know. I mean, as I say, I'm really tempted to say something to him, but I will do if it persists. But I think he's just trying to acclimatise, because he did all the driving, because they both drive cars now, and he was the one who did a lot of driving yesterday, so he did the long drive from Cheshire, and there was traffic on the way, a traffic jam around about Bristol. Him and his brother were stuck in for about 2 hours, so the whole journey took him about 8 hours yesterday, and that is pretty demanding drive, you know, to be fair. And I'm a bit used to it, and they're not. And also he's in an unusual place, you know. He hasn't got the dogs with him, because the dogs aren't here in the kennels right now. His mum's obviously in Las Vegas. He's got me under, you know, fairly unusual circumstances, and none of his regular kind of physical support networks are around. So I guess what's happening there is he's you know, touching base with something he's familiar with, and he spends, because he does spend, you know, a certain amount of time online doing, if not doing Call of Duty, then doing something. So I think he's just making himself feel at home a bit, really, or restoring a feeling of homeness to himself. Which you can't deny the guy that, can you, really? Anyhow, as I say, if it continues, I'll have to say something. I shall have to quote what she called. Is it Susan Blackmore? Maybe Susan Blackmore. She'd been, well, not particularly recently, but certainly about a year ago, she was all over the papers and on television. I think she'd either just written a book or just given a presentation about the damaging effects of online behaviour and video games, and how it would damage young people's and children's sociality. They would not be able to interact properly because they didn't have the kinds of social skills and you know, instant social accountable feedback that you get when you talk to real people in real flesh. I don't know, maybe she's right, but I don't know, I feel accountable to you people usually. So I mean, I feel, as I said before, I don't think you can hurt me, and I don't think I can hurt you, and that's not a bad thing, you know. that's not a bad thing. I think what she's missing out on there is, actually I don't really know what I'm talking about, but what one could speculate that she's missing out on is the different meanings that things take up online. You know, things that sound threatening in the flesh, insults or angry expressions, you know, firm gestures, all that kind of thing, which are, you know, at least potentially the precursors to violence in the flesh. They don't have any of that kind of meaning here, do they, on this environment that you and I share? So I think if you were to just look at the way people talk to each other and the things they say and the gestures they make, you could be forgiven for thinking that this environment is asocial, perhaps even antisocial at times, because people have the liberty to make antisocial behaviour part of their normal vocabulary. But it's only words, you know, it's only words and gestures. Words in a vacuum. Anyhow, I'm down at the bottom of this valley, little valley, it's very quiet. Just the sound of running water. This is the point where my phone call with my wife dropped off because the signal just vanished here. Not surprising. Anyhow, that's that. Stunning, isn't it? I'll just walk you through this edge, just so you can see the water open up. I think that's enough of that, you get the idea. It's too steep a hill for me to keep going at that pace. How nice is that, eh? God.